I love the look of this model. As you saw from the opening footage, it's from 1979. It's sort of a self-coloured plastic one. I think 1980 it got a paint finish and its model number changed. This is model number escapes me now, 352, and it changed to R.368 in 1980, and it was made for another couple of years, I think. And there was some other variations of this particular locomotive in the Hornby catalogue up until the sort of late 90s. But my disagreement with this model, not because of its looks or its accuracy or anything, is just the way that this coupling is mounted onto the bogie. It's set back a little bit too far, so the hook on the model it's pulling tends to collide with the coupling and cause it to derail. Let's just have a look at we'll have a look at that model that coach in a moment. But let's just have a look at these wagons over here. So I've got these R211 Shell lubricating wagons. These are from sort of 56 to 68. I've got the GWR brake ran at the end there, Triangle Hornby model, I think, and that's sort of 71 to 75. So we've got the Mark III couplings on that one. But to avoid the sort of problem with the coupling there, I swapped the chassis on this one because it had a loose tank on the top of it. So this is its original chassis. As you can see, we've got the hook there, so that would have collided with the buffer on the Western and caused a sort of derailment as it goes into the curves and so on. And it also does it with the Mark III style couplings as well. So all I did was I chose a wagon. Let's see if we can release this one. I had a spare chassis, wagon chassis, which didn't have the hook. So you can see it's been snapped off in the past. So this is one from the spares box. So it does the job very well. But it was a loose fitting top on the chassis, so we haven't broken anything to make this happen. So I'll swap that back over when I've finished with it. Are we going to couple up there? We'll leave that. We'll leave well alone. So that's its original chassis there. We're going to grab some focus on that. So we'll pop that one there. Actually, we'll just put it there so it won't come to any harm. I found this in the box of items as well. It's missing a sticker from this side. You see, it should have the Triangle Railways sticker. Sorry, the Triangle Toys, not Triangle Railways, and Pilgrim or Pedigree prams. I'm not reading. I'm seeing P and thinking Pilgrim for some reason. So yeah, great wagon there. That looks sort of quite nice there. Maybe we'll get around to making a stick-on label for that. Let's come back round to this and we'll get this underway and do a little bit of running with it. So it just has the two traction tyres. If you have a look at the insert picture there, you can see how the motor bogie just fits into that. Although I think on the tighter radius curves, and I seem to remember this from the System 6 when I was on the first radius, the drive gear collides with the inside of the model and you get a slight grinding sound. So I think we will go on to the inner line because we're planning to do so, but not immediately. So let's give that a little bit of power and let's get that to run away from the station. A little bit of wheel slip getting underway there. And then we'll just stop there for a second and let's close these because I don't want to go onto that inner line straight away. Whoops, wrong way. So let's go for some more power. So that's definitely going to have some more wheel slip. This is quite a heavy load with coaches into that curve. Let's get that going again. So what I've done, I've inadvertently closed off my power supply here. Let me just fiddle with this. I just need this operating as one railway. There we go. That should fix it. Not too bad. So the southern coach there is one from the spares box as well, and that I've replaced a bogie on both ends because I don't think it had a bogie on it. Let's just give that a run around. And this will come back through between the water towers. And a gentle stop. So I think what we'll do, we'll just uncouple this. Let's see if we can employ the uncoupling ramp. Let's just drag that forward a little. I don't know whether that's going to make that go up high enough or not. I think it's not playing, so let me use this. So it's a much later style coupling hook on here. There we go. See, it doesn't want to push it up on there. So I don't know whether that is just the style of coupling. And you can see the hook there is getting caught on the buffer as it comes into the corner there. So let's just unhook this one as well. And we'll have in fact, let me set up the camera and we can just have a closer look at these things rather than me trying to hold this camera. Have a quick look at the 79 catalogue. There's a lovely image of the mallard there. I think we should probably get that out on the railway fairly soon. So we've got the 25th edition there. Let's just jump straight to the page where we've got the Western there. It looks a very vibrant colour on the page there, doesn't it? Let's have a look there. So we've got the spot there telling us it's a new model for 79. And it's a Western Class 52 locomotive named Western Courier. So a much admired class is now extinct on BR, but Western Courier can be seen in its maroon livery on the Severn Valley Railway. So that was back in 1979. So I wonder whether that's still the case, whether it's still in preservation. So there it's a purpose heavy passenger and freight locomotive. Let's just pop this catalogue down for a moment, and we'll just have a quick look over. We're going to look over the coach, won't we? Let's just grab that. So this is again out of the spares or scrap box, and I've got a bogie there, and you can see I've got the 3D printed sort of bogie pivot, and this one's seen better days. I've had to mend it by putting a nut and bolt in there to hold the coupling in, and on this end I've got one of these much later style bogies from a 1980s, or sorry, a late 70s, early 80s style coach. And I've got some plastic wheels in here with axles and wheels all as one, and I've just removed a little hook. So hopefully we're keeping focus on that. I don't know whether I'm holding that too close again. So that enables me to drag this around the railway without creating derailments. So again, this is just a Trying Railways coach from the earlier 60s. So we'll just pop that out of the way, and we'll just grab hold of the locomotive here and have a swift look over it. It's tons of detail. So as to its accuracy, I'm not sure, but I just love it. It's got a lovely look about it. There's all that detail in here. Sort of print. I'm not sure whether that's two different parts of plastic on the. Actually, no, that might be painted on the perspex. And you've got that wiper detail, and you do have some cab detail we can see inside there. You've got a wire handrail across the front, and you can see the buffers. They are separately fitted into the slots there, so they can move around. But it's just very, very close. See if we can get that in focus there. And I think when the hook from the other vehicle, it's pulling along and just gets caught under the buffer, and it causes problems. But I do love this design of the original locomotive. I've never seen one of these in real life. Again, I think we've got a handrail detail just picked out in there, and you can see just part of the underframe detail in there. It's quite a striking thing, isn't it, with these exposed wheels. And you've got some windows down the side. You see there's lots of movement there, but I think the drive gear just gets the exposed cogs. Again, if you have a look at the insert picture there, I think I showed it already a little bit earlier. We'll turn it around to the side with the cogs there. I don't know whether we can see the cogs just under here on the silver steel tight motor. So when it comes around the tight curves, I think they're just making contact one way or another with the bodywork, which is a little bit of a shame, but perhaps it wasn't really designed for use on the really tight or the first radius curves. I think these Series 3 curves might be a little bit tighter than genuine System 6 first radius as well, but I have an idea this did have some problems on the System 6 as well. You can see all this sort of moulded detail underneath there. What have we got? Made in England the wrong way up as usual. Let's see if we can have a look there. So we've got it there, made in England, and we've got Hornby just up there. So also, you know, I remember this from the System 6 as well, that these centre wheels on the bogies are floating, and they tend to chatter, they sort of bounce on the rails. Definitely doesn't really like the Series 3 point. It really does crash over that with these floating wheels. I think that could be an issue with extended running. And there you go, we've just got a pair of traction tyres, so we've got that diagonal pickup again. So we've got pickup, you know, on this side here, and then we've got this side on here. So it's not a perfect system, but I mean, they are toy trains in the end. So let's get this lot back on the rails, I think. Let's just have a listen of this on the rails without any rolling stock behind it. And then we'll run it backwards. Does quite nicely, doesn't it? It'll make a bit more of a clatter when it goes over the diamond. Let's just get these coaches again. I'm not sure whether we've got that. Let's have a look in there. I'm going to give it a little bit of a hand. No, we haven't got that. Now we've got that. Just while we're here, we'll have a swift look at these coaches. So the green Southern coach, which we had a look at a moment ago, is R.352. This was available sort of 57 to 62. That's the one I've modified. And then we've got the Western composite there, R.330, 61 to 62, sort of 9-inch coach. And then we've got the appropriate 9-inch Western region restaurant car there, R.331, again 61 to 62. We've seen all of these coaches quite recently. We've got a Pullman first there, R.228, 58 to 73-ish. And then we've got the Pullman brake, so R.328. This one came along slightly later, 1960 to 73. So again, all sort of quite familiar coaches we've had on the railway for a while. So I know we've had all of these Western things on here last few videos or so. So maybe it's time to sort of clear the decks and sort of try and get some different things out. So there was no real plan to it. Actually, no, I was going to change some points before we get underway. So let's go for curved there, and that'll bring us onto the inner line. Let's just listen out to how those floating wheels sound when we get to the diamond crossing, and also just listen out for the occasional glance those cogs have on the chassis. So it's quite subtle. It's not a big grinding noise, but if you do listen out, you can just hear it. So let's go for some power here. Over the diamond. Definitely a little bit clattery over that. It's going to look quite impressive coming behind all these tank wagons. If I step back a bit, we'll try and get the whole train in view. And we'll bring it up to this station. There we go. A little bit long for this station. The poor passengers on the end there couldn't get out if they wanted to. They'd be on the line. So while we're at it, let's see if we can just change some points so we can work our way back to the outer line, because I don't want to keep letting the cogs unnecessarily grind against the chassis. So we'll straighten that one, and then I think what we should do is come back underneath the rail, underneath the elevated section over here. So we need to change that one there near the crane. See if I can reach and keep looking in the right place, and then under there, and we'll go for this one. Whoops. I'm throwing completely the wrong point. I'm going to have to turn around and look. Yeah, I'm confidently grabbing hold of the wrong switch there. I was throwing that one. So I went one switch along instead of two. All right, let's grab the controls again. Here we go. And let's just sort of dial in a little power. Yeah, a little bit unhappy. Slight grind on the gears there. You can hear it there and there. And that'll come round nicely to the station. But thanks again for watching. I think that's probably about it today. So maybe we'll have a little bit of a tidy up on the railway and see what we can come up with next time. Although I had wanted to get out some of the later Pullmans from the 70s. So maybe we should just do that while we've still got some of these other Pullmans on the railway, so we can have a look at them together. But thanks again.